Now Chelsea lost to Middlesbrough 1-0 away to Middlesbrough. And what I want to say is this team, Chelsea, Pochettino, they are just lucky that it is two legs. Because if it is one leg, Chelsea could have been out of this competition. Chelsea could have been out of the Carabao Cup and it could have been even more disgrace. Because for me, losing to Middlesbrough is a disgrace for me. It's a disgrace losing to Middlesbrough. And it could have been more disgrace because they still have a chance to go to the final. Because it's too late. Middlesbrough will be coming to Stamford Bridge. So they still have a chance. But honestly, if you watch the game with the way Chelsea played, maybe it's not really a surprise that they lost this game. Maybe it's not really a surprise that they lost this game because the previous games that Chelsea have played in recent games, their recent games, even if they won those games, I feel like they haven't been fantastic in terms of 90 minutes performance. The performances, the full game hasn't been good. If you watch the game against is it Preston, the one that they won 4-0, in the first half it was really poor. The performance in the first half was really, really poor in the first half. Okay, then in the second half they came back strong in the second half and then they won that game 4-0. The game against Crystal Palace, they started the game well, but then they struggled to win Crystal Palace. Yes, they won the game 2-1, but they struggled to win that game. The game against Luton Town, they started the game well, but then they finished the game poorly. They could have drew that game against Luton Town. They managed to win that game 3-2. So you could see that the performance is not sustainable. So that's the reason why losing this game against Middlesbrough for me, it's what you've been seeing. It's just that in the last three games, they have managed to win those games. But then it did not happen against Middlesbrough. Now, if you watch the game for me, the first half, yes, in terms of possession, controlling the game, yes, they did. But they did not really create much in the game. They did not really create much in the first half. They had their chances, of course. Most of the chances that Chelsea had fell to Cole Palmer. And I don't understand how Cole Palmer couldn't take all those chances. This is a player that, for me, he's one of those players that you will want those chances to fall to him. You believe that he will take them. But in this game, he was just missing the chances. And this team is a team that if they manage to, create a new opportunity and they couldn't take it, somehow it could be difficult for them to create again because we know how this team is. This is a team that if they have a chance, they have to take it. Because if they don't take it, you don't know when they will create again. That's how this Chelsea team is. That's how the Chelsea team is. And for me, even the opportunity that Chelsea had in the first half that Kopama missed, how many of them that you will say Chelsea create themselves? Because for me, like two chances that Kopama had or opportunity that Kopama had, I think it's from the mistake of the Middlesbrough players, the defenders. They made a mistake, but Kopama couldn't take it. I think it's just one maybe chance that Chelsea create themselves. Maybe the rest of them were a mistake. Maybe one or two chances that Chelsea create themselves. The rest of them were a mistake from the Middlesbrough players. But at the same time, if they made a mistake, you have to capitalize on those mistakes. But as you know, this team, if they are managing to create something in a game and they couldn't take that chance, they will just lose confidence. And for me, it's clear you could see the second half was just so much poor than the first half. The second half was so much poor than the first half. They couldn't create anything in the second half because for me, the chances that Chelsea had was in the first half. But then in the second half, they couldn't create anything in the second half. And if a team is struggling like this, you have to look at the coach. If a team is struggling to create chances against teams that will sit back and defend, you have to look at the coach. You have to look at the coach. I feel like if Chelsea is struggling, Pochettino doesn't know what to do. That's what I'm seeing from Puch. It's as if he knows nothing. He doesn't know the next thing, the next step to do. He doesn't know how to change the game. That's one thing with Puch. That's one thing I've seen with Puch this season. If Chelsea are struggling, he doesn't know what to do. And they are even lucky that they find themselves in the semi-final because they could have been out against Newcastle in the quarterfinal at home. Just would have been out. If not for another mistake that the Newcastle player Trippier did. Chelsea could have been out even from the quarterfinal. And again, in the semi-final against Middlesbrough, that is, I think they are struggling themselves. Yes, we know Chelsea themselves are struggling, but Middlesbrough are in the championship, maybe 11 or 12th position. That's where they are. And like I said, yes, Chelsea they're struggling themselves, but we should be beating Middlesbrough. This team should be beating Middlesbrough comfortably. They should be beating Middlesbrough comfortably because if you watch, if you look at the players, Enzo Fernandez alone, the money that Chelsea spent on Enzo Fernandez, for me, I feel like if you put together, what Middlesbrough spent on their players, the whole squad, I don't think it's up to Enzo Fernandez money. I don't think it's up to the fee Chelsea paid for Enzo Fernandez. I don't really know how much um, Middlesbrough should put their squad together, but I think it's not up to what Chelsea paid for Enzo Fernandez. So Chelsea can't be playing against Middlesbrough and lost against Middlesbrough. I mean, it's disgraceful for me. It's disgraceful, and they are lucky. What if it is one leg? Because if it is one leg, they could have been out. If it is one leg, Chelsea are out of this competition. And it could have been more disgraceful that Middlesbrough took Chelsea out of the Carabao Cup. Middlesbrough was the reason Chelsea couldn't play the final. And of course, they have another chance to correct it. And if Chelsea do not play in the final, if Chelsea do not play in the final, if Middlesbrough takes Chelsea out of the final, I mean, they should sack Puch for me. If Chelsea do not find themselves in the final, Pochettino should be sacked. I supported him. I wanted him, like when Chelsea were going for him, I wanted him to be the manager for Chelsea. I wanted him to be the coach, the new coach, because of what he did with Tottenham. Knowing that Tottenham did not really spend too much. Imagine him managing Chelsea, a club that we know can spend, will buy good players, better players. I was expecting Poch to do better with this squad. Even if I think some of the players are not good enough, but at the same time, you would expect the manager to do something. I feel like Poch is not doing enough with this squad. I think he's not doing enough. So if Chelsea do not find themselves in the final, they should sack Pochettino. He has to leave. They have to sack him. They have to sack him because it's disgraceful to see that, we are talking of playing Middlesbrough's second leg if Chelsea will find themselves in the final. We should be comfortable playing in the semi-final, second leg at Stamford Bridge. By now, the Chelsea fans should be like, okay, we are in the final already. That's what the Chelsea fans should be talking about, that they are in the final. Not hoping to be in the final because Middlesbrough will have to come to Stamford Bridge. So the second half was just horrible to watch because you could see from the 60, 70 minutes that there's nowhere the goal is coming from. There's nowhere the goal is coming from. And like I said before, if this team is struggling to score goals, create chances, then you have to look at the coach. Pochettino is not doing enough. This coach is not doing enough. So that's my take on the game. What's your thought? What's your opinion on the game? Let me know. Thank you guys. And also please, if you're watching the video, like the video and also subscribe to the channel Blue Point TV on YouTube. And also if you're watching the video on Facebook, share the video and also like the video. Thank you guys. Stay safe while I see you again. Bye.